Hey, my name is Athena and today I'm bringing you a book review of Niet ongevoelig, Vrouwen met autisme by Henny Struik. Before I do that though, I just want to say I'm currently trying out this pressure vest. So if I look a bit different than normal, then that's why. It's a bit more padded, just in case anyone was wondering. No, I have not suddenly gained a lot of weight or anything. So, but I'm trying it out. By the time you see this, it'll be later because I'm still like quite a few videos behind on my YouTube channel. It is the beginning of April at the moment. April is kind of autism month and it's a week of autism in my country. So, that's not solely the reason I read this. This came recommended to me by like my counselor, therapist, social worker person. I'm not entirely sure how you would put her role into English because I know the Dutch word, but there isn't like a good, there's not an easy way to translate that. Anyway, she recommended this book to me, and so I have I waited with buying this for a couple of weeks because it was book week in the Netherlands in like at the last week of March, and then you get a free novella. It's always during the National Book Week. If you spend over a certain amount of money on Dutch books in like a bookshop or online, then you get the free novella, and this novella is specially written and printed for this occasion. Usually written by an author that has already had several successful works out. So a different person's picked each year sort of thing. And so I waited with buying this because I wanted the free novella. And I was like, I'm gonna buy this anyway, so I might as well wait a few weeks and get my free novella, which I haven't read yet, but that's besides the point of this review. I'm gonna try to not have this video be too long, but most of you I think know how much I like to talk and ramble. Anyway, so I waited a few weeks, so I got this book like a week ago or so, but I was reading another book at the time. So anyway, so now I read this, which nicely coincided as well with Autism Week, so yeah. Anyway, this book is written by Henny Struik, and it's kind of a memoir and also kind of an information book, I would say. She talks about her own autism, but she has also interviewed and talked to about 60 women who also have autism. And so the book also contains a lot of snippets of these women and how they feel about a specific thing or things like that. The book is split up into 3 parts. The first part is more about the theory of autism and the diagnosis and how that process went for the various women. And book 2, part 2, sorry, is kind of the rest, like autism in practice, and is about different things of life. And the last part of the book is the appendices, that's about like this part of the book. So I also liked, and I didn't know about this until I got to the end of the book, which I could have found if I'd read the table of contents, but I didn't read it that fast, is that all the women, all their names are mentioned in here and when they got their diagnosis and everything. A lot of the women interviewed in this book got their diagnosis at a later age, and a lot of them have children. I related to a lot of this. There are also things I didn't relate to. For example, I don't have children, so those parts I related to a bit less, obviously. But overall, I've really enjoyed like reading about the different perspectives. One thing I would have liked is that, as you can see in the table of contents, each sort of bigger chapter is split into smaller ones, but there wasn't, within that, there wasn't the, let me put this, the text just kept going. And usually after like an example, when they, for example here, the text is more in the middle, and then after starts a new bit, and to me it was, I would have preferred, I guess, for it to start on a new page or something, but then I guess that would cost more paper in the book. So it was just that for my mind it was a bit unclear when we would get to the next subject, and like the connections between one and the other, and like one chapter is a whole long read, so it was, I like to read shorter chapters, and then it's also easier when you can sort of stop reading, if that makes sense, because I do prefer to stop reading at the end of a chapter. But you know, that's all just more a bit nitpicking, I guess. So yeah, overall I liked reading this book. I liked relating to a lot of these people. I liked learning about different people, and I mean, I didn't learn a whole lot of new things, but it's just nice to feel that recognition. And there was also at the back like a questionnaire and like some symptoms that women with autism, well, not symptoms, but I mean like commonalities among women with autism, let me put it that way then, because way back in the day autism was seen as something that mainly affected boys and men, and when I was growing up, that's what I was learned, like there were way more boys diagnosed with autism than girls. And as we go on with time, people are slowly starting to realize that autism in women is sometimes a bit different than autism in men, the way society works. And yeah, I'm glad we're getting more and more attention for autism in women and girls. Anyway, back to the book. It's hard not to ramble when I'm feeling tired, and I am feeling tired. So yeah, I liked it. I didn't like, I really liked it, but I didn't like 100% love it. When I got to a certain point, I started kind of feeling in the mood to read a fictional book. I think that's also because it wasn't just one person's story discussed in here. I mean, obviously the author's story is most prevalent throughout, but you also have those little snippets, and I guess at some point maybe it just got a bit too much and my mind was full. This is not the fault of the book. I did think about whether I should start a fictional book alongside it, but then I couldn't decide which one. So, but I did really enjoy, like, yeah, reading from about these people and their lives. And yeah, so I didn't really relate to all the things about kids, but it was nice to read that though. And I was diagnosed when I was 17, so for some of these women who were diagnosed relatively late, that was different for me, because I was a teenager, so it didn't have the same, like there was also like a chapter about the diagnosis and late diagnosis and how it affected the women involved when they got diagnosed when they were in their 30s or 40s, for example, or even 50s maybe. I remember when I was 12 and my parents told me about autism, this was when we had suspicions already. And then I was diagnosed when I was 17. So for me, I have known for a long time, I've always felt different, which some of these women had as well. So, but yeah, I knew about it, and yeah. And we didn't, we only started the diagnostic process when I was really having difficulties in school. I was struggling with my energy. Anyway, okay, I said I wouldn't make this video too long, so let's keep it that way. In short, yeah, I really liked it, and it's probably one I'll reread at some point. Thank you very much for watching this video. I again apologize for as you can see, it's a vest that's giving you pressure, and that's it's set to help autistic people. I doubted whether I should even tell you about this in the video, because it is kind of a personal thing. But I didn't want to like have to take it off every time I make a video, because I'm trying it out now for a few weeks, since a few days ago. So yeah, I thought if I'm gonna tell it, I might as well do it now in a video that is also about a book that is related, that has something to do with autism. So yeah, and if you're still trying it out, I'm having a t-shirt underneath, so yeah. Okay. Here's my dog. Come look. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!